The area was settled by the Scots-Irish in the early 1700s. The church was established between 1724 and 1729. The property that the church is currently on was deeded to the church in 1741 by John, Thomas, and William Penn, who are descendants of William Penn. The first pastor was the Reverend William Bertram in 1732. Bertram was from Scotland and studied at Edinburgh University. During his time as pastor, the pastor's study was built in 1732. In 1769, a meeting house was built, which was a large barn-like structure, but it was torn down when the chapel was built. Derry Church is located on the intersection of East Derry Road and Mansion Road in Hershey, and is just a few minutes away from Hershey Park. The chapel at Derry was built in 1884 with the help of the descendants of early pioneers and former pastors. This was originally called the Presbyterian Memorial Church of Hershey. In 1935, the John Eldon Memorial Chapel was added to the Memorial Church building. In 1951, a Christian education building was constructed and additions were made in 1965. The latest renovations occurred in 1995. Derry is part of PCUSA, or Presbyterian Churches in the United States. This religious institution has over 2 million members, with 10,000 congregations throughout the United States. The Presbyterian Church traces its history to the 1600s and the Protestant Reformation. The Presbyterian Church began with the early reformer John Calvin and has been influenced by many others throughout the years. The marker at Derry Church was erected in 1947 by the Pennsylvania Historical and Museum Commission. The marker is located near the church's cemetery at 248 East Derry Road in Hershey, Dauphin County, Pennsylvania.
Derry Presbyterian Church is a unique church. It's a strong church with a rich heritage. We go back to 1724 when some of those early pioneers in Pennsylvania were worshiping under some mighty oak trees. That's part of our story. But the church is not stuck in its historical.
Throughout the years, Derry has expanded the church to fit the growing need in the community. It has gone far beyond the one-room church building and now offers 2 worship services weekly, 3 services on Palm and Easter Sundays, and 5 services on Christmas Eve. There are Sunday school classes available for all ages, ranging from preschool to adult and all grades in between. Derry is home to about 15 choirs, both vocal and instrumental, consisting of children, youth, and adults. Derry follows the example set forth by the German composer Johann Sebastian Bach. All of the choirs at Derry are solely for the glory of God, a phrase coined by Bach. As part of the PCUSA mission, Derry is an active mission project participant. From helping out at the local food bank to funding a classroom in Pakistan to building homes in Nicaragua, there are projects that allow for every age and ability to be involved in making a difference and spreading the word of God. Derry has the oldest pioneer graveyard in the region. Some of those buried here were soldiers in the Revolutionary War. By 2009, however, the walls of the cemetery were in great need of repair. As you can see here, the wall was repaired using the original stones from the old wall with new foundations and mortar. As you could see from this podcast, Derry Presbyterian Church fosters a community of believers, following the mission statement available on its webpage. The mission of Derry Presbyterian Church is to be a welcoming church family which challenges the congregation and community to grow in spirit, involvement, and commitment to do God's work through worship, education, mission outreach, and caring.